Hello and welcome back today with TramSim, and in today's video we will be driving the full line 1 and I will show you how to set everything up. We will drive the full line and I will give my opinion, and we will also talk about the first DLC which has been announced, so a paid DLC for TramSim, and now a tram is coming, so I will get out of the way. And I would say let's get in the tram, and here we can see how the tram looks from inside, and I think it's pretty detailed, pretty yeah, it's quite good looking. I have been myself in this tram, so I can't tell how accurate this is, but it looks pretty good in my opinion. I'm also curious to see how this looks when we are driving in a turn, so maybe I can switch back here when we do a turn and have a closer look at this. I hope don't forget to do that. Here we also have a door which we can open and have a look at the cockpit. And yeah, if you're wondering, we are still sitting here. This is just a free camera. I can't just go through the wall, so it's not really kind of first person camera. It's just a free mode camera. So I would say let's get started. First of all, we have to set our line. We can do that by just going with the mouse to the top and then just click. And then we have here timetable. And now we have 12 o'clock. So if we have a look here with this, yeah, with this plan, we don't have any tram at 12. With that one too. With that one wouldn't be bad. What do we have here? Yeah, I would say with the number 3 at 11 past 12. Here's the translation seems to be missing, so I would say enter, and now here on the clock we can set the time, so I'll set it to 10 past 12. That's 1 minute before leaving. And now we see here in the EV system we have that W1, and this will change to the time we have left before, yeah, basically the delay we have, or if we're too early or too late. And this is already the first stop. We see somebody's waiting. I'll drive to around here. And now here we see 0.5. I think this is the waiting time, I guess. The W will disappear once we are driving. Can also have a look from the outside. Here we see 1 minute. We still have to do. Here we can also see again now in the term I want to see that in movement, so we'll have a look at that I hope very shortly. I will close the doors. You can now see it's 0. I can't see from here, but and now I would say, did somebody want to get it? No. Okay, so I would say let's get going. And as you see, we will always get some experience points or some kind of points for punctuality and also for stopping on the right position. So at every stop there is a point between the yeah, just between the two tracks, and you have to stop on that dot. It's actually, I find it a bit difficult because you can't see the dot until you're almost there, because the contrast between the dot and these that concrete is not that big. So when you see it, it's basically a little bit already too late. So you have to guess a little bit where it is. Okay, so nobody wanting to get in there. We'll close the door, and I think we can get going. I will use the blinker, and I just hope that nobody's coming, and I will take the chance to have a look here. Yeah, that actually looks pretty nice. Yeah, I just did a little movement there, but I think that's fine.
Troststraße. Bitte seien Sie achtsam. Andere brauchen Ihren Sitzplatz vielleicht notwendiger.
There we are, exactly on the point. And I would say let's have a look at what comes with this tram. So this game feature plays in the city of Vienna, and we have the line 1 covered in this game. I don't know if it is the full line 1 or just some parts of the line. Yeah, since I've never been to Vienna, so I'm not very sure if everything is covered or not, just a part of that line. But it's actually a quite large part of the line. And at release, we also got the Flexity Vienna tram, which is the one we are sitting in right now. So this one. And now with the I think update 1.1 or so, also a new tram was added, which is the E2, which is more of yeah, it's quite an old one. I can't remember anymore in which year they were built. But yeah, it's more of an old one. And yeah, so that's basically what comes with the DLC. What I've seen is that the map is actually pretty detailed. So when this game came out, I looked some places from the game. I've looked them up in Google Maps, in Street View, and they actually look pretty detailed. I was quite impressed that even little restaurants or so were actually existed in reality, and that impressed me quite a lot because it's quite detailed. I mean, a lot of people said that they don't like, oh, basically that the biggest problem with the game is that it costs 35 euros and you just get one line and one tram, which was throughout the release. Now we have two. Yeah, that's just too much for that little content. And yeah, on one side I have to say yes, you actually just get one line. Yeah, once you've driven it a few times, I guess it will become a little bit boring for most people. On the other side, we have to say that it's actually a pretty long line, and the quality is actually pretty good of that line. Okay, so now we will get into the sub subway area. So we will go underground, and now we'll get a little bit loud. So I'm not sure if you will be able to understand me here.
Lokalbahn nach Baden. S-Bahn.
I forgot to open the doors. There's somebody also wanting to enter, so we'll wait till she entered. Again somebody coming in. I mean, we have time. We are even a little bit early. Now we are on 0, but we were a bit early, so no problem to wait a bit. Now we have green here, as you can see. We'll go to the right. Stop. So I'm playing with the keyboard. I have a Xbox controller which is supported. However, I didn't like the layout of the keys or the default mappings, and yeah, I just didn't want to change everything. So I just said, well, then just take the keyboard. Okay, so here we're a little bit hot. Okay, so I also completely missed the point where I had to stop. Yeah, I didn't saw that coming. Yeah, so I think it's surprisingly easy to play this with the keyboard. The key bindings make absolutely sense. Especially what I like is how they implemented these buttons here, which are basically the numpads, so kind of the 7, 4, and 1, and here on the other side 9, 6, and 3, and then the blinker are the symbols on top of it. So it absolutely makes sense, and yeah, I really like how the mappings for these. The only drawback, which I think, is how this is operated. We'll say it in a moment at the next stop, because yeah, I think it's too loud here down here. Yeah, like I said, this thing is operated by using Q and Y, and then you have A to put it in neutral position, and I think it absolutely makes sense to have it like this. The only problem with it is, ooh, what was that? The only problem is when you can I? Okay, now I can. The only problem with it is that when you're braking, you never know how much you're actually braking. Yeah, I mean when you're on the throttle, you can see it
Meierhofgasse.
here how much you're actually accelerating or how much thrust you're giving, but you can't see that when braking. So that's a little bit difficult in my opinion. It would be nice if we also had somewhere a bar showing how much we are actually braking without having to look at the here down at the position of this one. But yeah, that's I mean this is the only thing that I think you have to get a little bit used to it. But I think yeah, once you practiced it a little bit, then you will get used to it pretty quickly. So now we are also going more towards the city center, I guess, where we have more traffic and more lanes and all that stuff, which is something I actually like. And
Paulanergasse.
yeah, so we'll see here we also see bus lanes. I hope they do implement this in the future, at least at AI buses. So I absolutely understand when they don't implement buses itself, because I mean it's a tram simulation and not a bus simulation. But it would be actually pretty cool to have these AI buses or other AI tram lines where you have a little bit more public transport on the map. So we have already AI, but it's basically the same line 1 as we drive. So we left a little bit early, so at the next station I will see if we can
Resselgasse.
yeah, just wait a little bit longer. Here we also see how the tram signals look like. So this one here with the three dots is the one that is used for the trams. Basically, this one means stop, and then when we have two arrows, yeah, in the bottom one and the top one, then it's kind of green. So, for example, now we can't drive because the cars here can turn left. So we have to wait. Now this one will turn red, and I guess then we'll be able to drive. Now we still have to wait. Now we can go. So this means you can go straight. We'll also have a look at other signals. So there is nobody waiting here. Ah, now there is somebody. Okay. I think that person just crossed the street. I could see it in the cameras. You can see we have here two cameras. One showing the front door, which I think is this one, and then we have one for the back door. Or not. Yeah, the back doors, I think. Yes. That's how it is. And yeah, so we can go. I have no real clue what that arrow really means. I forgot it, but I guess that means that we can drive since the passengers have red. So we will go, and now this sign here is an approach signal, which means at there where we have to use it, so which is actually here. It's what signal it will be when we get there. So we will have better examples for that. I hope so. So I'm pretty sure that they will. So these are pretty cool because you can see how the signal will be when you get to that signal. So even though maybe it's red, you see it will turn green when you get there, so you don't have to brake. So you can just keep your speed. Oop, now I pressed something which I shouldn't have. Ah, okay, just pressed here the thingy here. Let's close the door again. And yeah, so here we have another signal. So this one meaning that this, how do you say that, the junction, let's call it that way, is turned to the left. That one would mean obviously to the right, and that one means we will have to wait. Now we can go, but now here it's, yeah, we'll have to wait here for that signal to change. Now I think we'll be able to cross. Not yet. Now we can. So this one is actually also pretty good looking. I guess that building actually exists. So here we have an anticipation signal, meaning when we get to that crossing there, it will be green. It's green now, but it will stay green, so it won't. No, it's actually red. Okay, so I guess we were too fast. Or that was actually strange because as you can see here, it's red. And it's not. Yeah, it was red and it's still red, so I don't know why that one behind there was actually green. Or maybe we're just too slow. I don't know. Here you also see the two cameras. This one and this one pointing towards the front door and the other one pointing to the other doors. Okay, now we can go. Change camera here. So this here seems to be a pretty large street. Here's the next stop. Here also a quite beautiful building here on the right. There is a stop sign. Here we can have another look at the building. So we would have green, but well, I guess we may be too early anyway, so looks actually quite nice here. Here we have another tram. So yeah, I think the tram line 1. Here it makes like a loop around here, and when we go in the other direction, it just goes this way. Even though that one goes here to the... Ah no, it just goes straight. Now let's get back to the cockpit. Oh, now we have a delay, so I'll have to pay attention to that. Also, if you're playing with triple screens, like I usually do, don't think that that will work with TramSim, at least at the moment. I tried to make it work, but yeah, it just didn't. Um, well, it works, but everything looks very zoomed in. Um, So you can kind of have the same um, you still see the same field, have the same field of view. That was the word I was looking for. So the same field of view, but yes. So meaning that everything is zoomed in like by 3 times, and that's unplayable like that. So yeah. So I'm now also playing it in single screen on one monitor because yeah, the other one didn't really work. Maybe they will add support for it later. Maybe somebody got it working. Then just let me know. But I don't guess that this will work, or I don't think that will ever work, but we will see. Oh, so I think we stopped too early here. What happened now? Oh my god. Ah, okay, so now it's fine again. This is actually, is that my tram? So this was actually weird. Ah, I think the exterior cam. No, this doesn't make any sense here. I have no clue what's going on right now, so I just will stick to this camera if possible. That was a little bit strange. Never had this before, but yeah. So here we will have to stop. What? Okay, now we have again this problem. That won't work. I think I will just drive. I mean, what should I do? Because I can't see the signal anymore. I guess I'm right. Yeah, here this line 1. I think I can go further here up to that point. Yeah, here it is. Brake, brake, brake. Okay, so struggling now a little bit. Hope we get back in the rhythm. We'll close the door. We'll also have to hurry up a little bit as we are late by now 2 minutes. Here on the left we have another pretty nice building. I actually said I was punctual. Well, okay. Looks pretty good.
Parlament. Umsteigen zu
Okay.
2 in Richtung Dornbach.
This time I fucked up. I will just open the doors here. I think they will just use the back doors to get in and out. Yeah. Really sorry for that. Was just looking at the buildings. I will just go because I can't see the signals. There are no signals here. So, and I will try to pay a little bit more attention. So I've never been here before. I did the first bit of the line to just make sure that everything is set up correctly and works and so on, but I haven't tested the full map. Where is that point? Here it is. So we'll have to wait. So I can open the door again just in case somebody wants to get in. Now we can continue here to see another tram. Here we see an approach sign saying that it will be red or closed, that we can't go, so you can brake quite early already.
42, 43,
And I think now we'll turn
44,
green very
1A.
soon. And yeah, the cool thing about approach signs, like I said, it's not mirroring that signal. It's really telling how it will be once you get there. So even though maybe that one was red, the one before already switched to green because it knows that when you get there, it maybe will be already green. So now let's brake here. That's fine. I think I will have to go a little further. Yeah, there is the point. So we'll close the door again. Still have 1.5 minute delay. Now this can get funny. Let's see what they do. He didn't wait it, but he still had time enough. I wonder what would have happened if there was a third car, if he would have waited or just gone.
In Richtung Nussdorf, 40A.
So I started braking when I saw the approach signal, but I didn't brake fast enough or hard enough. But at least we are not back on time, even though we had to do a little emergency stop. Now I guess we'll be able to go. Yeah, now we can go. Let's see if there's a car wanting to turn. No, not at the moment. Yeah, here are two lines. I don't know which one I have to stop. Let's open the door. And yeah, what do I think about this game? So we haven't seen the full line yet. Me too. But from what I've seen so far, it actually looks pretty good. So I like how the game has been done. It's very detailed, very detailed map. Also, the graphics are good, I think. The passengers are also absolutely fine. I wonder a little bit still how. Okay, so now here we can go. This one means that we can go straight or turn left. And yeah, like I was saying, I wonder how the AI behaves when it comes like here on turning right on these little streets, if they wait for you or if they just ignore you, that kind of things I didn't have, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really say how that one is. Okay, here we can also grow. Yeah, so overall I think it's a pretty nice game. The only downside, it's really yeah, I would love to see a little bit more map content, more drivable lines. That would be great. And yeah, I think 35 euros for just that one line. It feels like a little bit a lot. Even yeah, the map has I think way more work than it may looks, just because of the grade of detail. But yeah, I don't know. It's I think that's something that everyone will need to decide for itself. It's too expensive or not. But I think it's overall, it's a great game. And now I also want to talk about the latest DLC they announced. So I saw that announced this week. I think they talked about it for the first time. It was in an interview
Umsteigen zu 2a.
between Fabian
Flughafenbus. Bitte seien Sie achtsam.
from
Andere
Airsoft
brauchen Ihren Sitzplatz
and
vielleicht
the
notwendiger.
CEO of UAB. I can't
Connections
remember
to
his name.
Airport Bus.
I think it was in German, the interview between those two, and they talked about TramSim Pro, which is the latest, which will be the newest DLC, will be coming in April. And the how I understood it, it will add the Pro functionalities to the game. That means the Pro functionalities are meant that now you get in a tram and you can just drive. It's accessible for everybody. Like for example, also me, because I have no clue about trams, how to drive them and uh, what things they have to get it working. And with TramSim Pro, they will add like an additional layer of complexity, also where you will have to troubleshoot because maybe a door get blocked, and then you will have to troubleshoot that. And in every tram it will be different. And yeah, so there will also be you also will have the option to start at the depot and not at the now we always spawn at the first station of the line, and then you will have the option to start at the depot, get the tram ready to drive, and then
Schwedenplatz.
um,
Umsteigen zu U1. U4. 2. 2a.
yeah, and then also drive to the first station. And that's actually yeah, I think for those who want that level of immersion, it's actually pretty nice. You will also have more features in the tram, also for the existing tram. So meaning there will are buttons which I can't operate now. If I buy the DLC, I will be able to operate them. So their aspect is really giving the player some more features, but just for those who want that extra level of depth. There will be also a new tram coming that it's called Ulf, which means Ulf means ultra low floor, and that's the tram which has been used in Vienna just before the Flexity. So the Flexity, I think it was introduced in 2018, and up to 2017, the Ulf was the tram used. It was also the first low floor tram, I think. And yeah, so that will be the new DLC. It will be released in April, I think. Can't remember when in April, but someone in April. And it will cost 20 euros, so 19.95 or something. Um, yeah, we'll see. So the features are not really the one that I'm really interested in. It would be cool to have additional tram, which also give a little bit of new, uh, yeah, new things to drive. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about
Julius-Markt-Platz.
that features, because I mean I kind of own this tram here I'm driving right now, and there are just buttons I can't use because of the DLC, and I kind of would also, yeah, it makes sense to just give them to you. I mean, if you own the tram, why shouldn't you be able to press the buttons on it? But yeah, that's they decided to do it. I can understand what they planned and why they do it that way. But yeah, I'm not sure if that is the right way or not. But I think also some of the features they will introduce in that DLC, I think should be in the base game. So maybe make the DLC a little bit cheaper and give a few of those features for free for everybody, and some features just in the DLC. But yeah, at the end I think it's okay. In total, then the game would cost 55 euros if you want to see it that way. 35 for the base game plus 20 for those pro features. Yeah, just let me know what you think about it. If you think it's expensive or not, or if it's worth. Just let me know in the comment. But I think overall it's a great game. It's also something we didn't really have. I mean, there are bus simulations, there are truck simulations, but there are not really tram simulations. If we look at OMSI, you could drive
Hintere
trams, yes,
Zollernstraße.
but
Umsteigen
it's
zu
like
O in Richtung
not really
Raxstraße.
intended to be done that way. And yeah, you know, OMSI, it has a lot of problems when it comes to yeah, playing with the DLC with add-ons and DLCs, and yeah, you know, OMSI, and it's also getting a little bit old. Um, then we have Lotus, the the yeah, kind of the follow-up of OMSI, which have trams, and it looks actually pretty great. I couldn't, or well, I haven't played it yet. It looks pretty good, but it's still in early access, and yeah, so the development is they are working on it, but it's just taking a little bit of time to be completed. Okay, so I've just seen the point was is here ahead, so breaking the wrong line. There are like 3 dots here, so 2 dots on the and a line. Didn't know which one I should use. Um, yeah, so that's the thing about the Lotus Simulator. It looks very good and very detailed, and I think you will be able to do a lot of things. But yeah, it's kind of not yet here. They introduced passengers not long time ago. Before you couldn't have passenger on your lines. Also, the the AI traffic is also pretty new. I think it came this fall or last fall. So yeah, it's still in development, and also price-wise, it's a little bit something different. I mean, you have to pay um, 50 euros for the rail module, so to drive trams, and then another 50 euros to drive buses. So in total, 100 euros to drive both.
Radetzky-Kreis.
And
Umsteigen
yeah,
zu
so
O in Richtung
it's
Praterstraße.
twice the money you pay for that. Okay, you can say if you just want to drive trams, you just have to buy the module of rail, so meaning you pay 50 euros, and then you are at the same price as TramSim with the Pro DLC. So yeah, in the end, everybody will have to decide what he liked the most. I think this one is more accessible. So Lotus really focus on uh, hardcore simulation. TramSim tried to make everyone happy, making it very accessible for those who want, and also a real simulation with everything around it for those who prefer that, also coming with that Pro DLC. Okay, so now here we oh, okay, so the door was still open. Neither is 2.5 minutes. Talking way too much. Here we see we can go to the right, and which is fine because the junction is set to the right. It's green here. You also saw it on the approach signal.
Hetzgasse.
Now there's a car coming from the right. Let's see what he does. Oh, he waited. That's very nice. I actually didn't expect it that he will wait. So for me, the AI in these type of games, with trams maybe a little bit less because yeah, you have a little less interaction than when you're driving a bus or a truck. The AI for me is a very important element. So this is one of the restaurants I've looked up. So that one actually exists. So if you Google that on Google or look it up on Google Maps, you will find it. Doesn't look 100% like this, if I remember right, but it actually, yeah, it's similar.
Löwengasse. Umsteigen zu 4a.
Here's the next stop. I also don't know how long the line really is, how much time we have left. Now here we will be able to see how the approach signal works. Now both are turned red, and I'm just going to wait here because we will now see the approach signal will turn green. Now it's already green, and while the other one is red, and now it will turn green. I still have the door open, so we'll wait till it closes. And here you saw how it works. Now the approach signal will turn red before the other one. Oh, okay, so like this. Here we have another approach signal, so it is red.
Wittelsbachstraße. Umsteigen zu 80a.
So here we have again the bus lines. Now we can go. Now we will have green again. It's fine. Oh, what is he going to do? Okay, no, we have our own lane. So he was blinking. So I thought, oh, this is not going to end up. Now this is something. I wonder if the cars will wait because yeah, the people getting in and out of the bus will have to um, walk over the street. This camera is still not working. No clue what happened to that one. Let's see if we have other cameras. Nah. Okay, yeah, so here, that's fine. But now nobody's coming, which is a shame because that's something that I was really interested in. Oh, okay, so now I just opened the door so we can have a look. There is nothing telling me that it should. Okay, maybe that one is right. I don't know. Okay, so let's just continue. It would have been cool to see it, but what do you want to do if nobody's coming? Okay, so this is now actually pretty cool.
Prater Hauptallee. Wir sind am Ziel. Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay, so this will be the final stop here. With quite a bit of delay, actually, as we took us a little bit of time to have a look at a few things. So here we are. This is the final stop. Let's open the doors, let everyone out. Is it? Yeah. Okay, so here we're still somewhere. I have no clue where that is. That's actually here we just were before. Yes, looks like the cameras are kind of like not moving with the tram. So don't really know why that is. And now we also see the um, here the sign has changed. Now we are at the Braten something, and now we have here Stefan Fadinger Platz, which is where we started at the beginning of the video. And yeah, so that was a first look at TramSim. Obviously the game is out already for a little bit of time, but for me it was the first time playing it, so I hope you liked the video, and let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll see us in the next video. We'll also try the other tram, so stay tuned for that and see you next time.